OK, let's head straight back to the O2, the weigh-in ahead of the main event. Fraser Dainton.
Yeah, just to bring you up to date, Chris Eubank Jr. weighing in very slightly over the limit, but he has 2 hours to sort that out. Only very slightly over. We don't expect there to be any problems. But now we will go to the main event itself. The big boys, the heavyweights, Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte. And let's hand once again to our MC, Michael Buffer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we go to another great fight on Bad Intentions. This is the main event of the evening, and it's 12 rounds of boxing. This will be for the vacant BB, BFC, and Commonwealth heavyweight titles. And it's all brought to you by Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing, along with William Hill Vegas, StubHub, Lonsdale, and the motion picture Creed, in theaters everywhere, January 15th, starring Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone. Well, let's bring them out to the scales, ladies and gentlemen. 2 undefeated fighters, and somebody's has got to go. Stepping onto the scales first. He comes to us from Brixton, London, England. 16 fights, 16 victories, 13 wins by knockout. His last 12 fights, all by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the undefeated Dillian, the Body Snatcher Whyte.
Well, again, something of a divided crowd here as Dillian Whyte gets straight onto the scales, not messing around. And he's coming in at 247 pounds, which is just short of 18 stone. So I think that's
17 stone 9.
17 stone 9. There you have it.
Undefeated.
And looking in decent shape again. And we know this guy has 14 KOs on his record. We know he's going to bring power into this fight.
Yeah, power is definitely what he brings. You know, he's got undefeated, you know, never tasted defeat. He holds a victory over Joshua as an amateur, so he's coming into this fight with maximum confidence.
Not messing around, straight into the scales for Dillian Whyte. Let's see what the reception is like now for Anthony Joshua.
The UK, from London, Anthony Joshua.
Well, I think it's fair to say the majority of the crowd very much in Joshua's corner. Let's have a look and see what he weighs in at. These are the heavyweights, of course. No limits as far as they're concerned. 245 pounds, so just short of 18 stone.
17 stone 7.
17-7, and looking, as always, in fantastic shape.
You don't get a better physique than that. He's probably one of the best sculpted heavyweights on the planet, no doubt about it.
Let's see what happens now at the face-off. There's been a lot of bad blood between these two, especially in the last few months, ever since this fight was made. The two of them, of course, had a fight together in the amateurs. It was Dillian Whyte who came out on top on that occasion, but an awful lot of water has gone under the bridge since then. And we are likely to see far more something like the finished article. Interesting, Dillian Whyte turning his back on Anthony Joshua. Joshua seeing the funny side, going around the other side, having a look. And now, as usual, big smiles on the face of Dillian Whyte. He's been incredibly confident over the course of this week. Smile on his face every time he's been in the presence of Anthony Joshua. And he firmly, clearly believes he is the man who can bring about what has been something of a runaway train of excitement, publicity, and prosperity for Anthony Joshua. The two of them walk away, and they're going to get themselves dressed. Carl, tense face-off as we expected. What did he make of that?
I didn't really make a big deal of it. Nobody really did anything extravagant, but Joshua, to me, is just so cool and calm, and he's confident because he draws his confidence from his training. He's a consummate professional, and you can see the difference in the shape of the two athletes up there. And Joshua just looks like a machine, like he's been carved out of a rock, almost like a Greek god. I don't want to sound like I'm blowing his trumpet too much, but he's an unbelievable heavyweight specimen. And Dillian Whyte, he looks fleshy. He's got extra weight where he doesn't need it. And to me, that just shows that the longer the fight goes on, the more it's. I mean, skeletal muscle does swallow up oxygen. We saw that with Klitschko and Fury over the 12-round fight a couple of weeks ago. And you know, I just think, back to this one, I just think that Josh has got too much all-round for him. He's too big and too strong. He's a really good, well-schooled amateur, Olympic champion, and I just think Dillian is now going to realise that it's fight time, and I think it'll be dawn on him. He stood there with a smile, but I don't think he's confident as he's making out.
There's only one way to see, of course, whether confidence is going to be the major factor in this fight. Join us again very, very soon. We'll be speaking to the two men themselves. They've both weighed in. Fight time getting very, very close here at the O2.
Fraser, thank you very much. Carl and David as well. On the way, we will be hearing from both fighters, both Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte. Remember, someone's unbeaten record is going to go tomorrow night at the O2. So far, Anthony Joshua hasn't been taken beyond 3 rounds. But can Dillian Whyte do it? He's won 16 out of 16. A lot more to come from the O2, including Chris Eubank Jr. and Senior. OK, let's head straight to the O2 now, where our reporter Fraser Dainton is with the Olympic champion.
Yeah, a lot of love for Anthony Joshua here in front of all these fans here at the Indigo at the O2. He's weighed in, the fight is on. Let's have a word with him. Anthony, happy with the weight? Happy with the way you came in?
I feel good. As heavyweight, so I never really checked my weight, but the main thing is I feel good. A good reception. But tomorrow, that's irrelevant. It's only a boxing match, and that's what I've been looking forward to.
It was a bit of fun and games when you went to face off with him and he turned his back. What did you think of that?
Interesting, because I'm used to a real confrontational Dillian Whyte, so maybe it's just a game plan, throw people off what they expect. But that's what I've got to expect. I deal with that time and time again, and I've seen people do it when I watch boxing, so it's something I've got to get used to.
Obviously, when you did come face to face, I think you whispered something in his ear. Bearing in mind it's a family show, can you tell us what was said?
Bearing in mind it's a family show. It wasn't nothing disrespectful, but I just said you're going to learn about levels tomorrow, and that's all. I just left him a message.
Do you feel as if you are a level way above whatever he can bring tomorrow night?
We're both prospects. We've both got a lot to prove, but I just feel that I'm coming along nicely, and I just want to display where I'm at tomorrow night, and that's all, by defeating Dillian in good fashion. That's all.
But he has been extremely confident throughout the whole thing. Most of your previous opponents have been as well. Yeah, but Dillian just brings something a little bit extra, a little bit different, doesn't he?
Well, that's why you've got to tune in and see what it's about. You've got 2 fit, undefeated heavyweights putting on the line for a British title as well, which is a prestige title. And we're going to go to war, toe-to-toe. And that's what it's about. You've got someone who's dead confident in beating me, and vice versa. I feel exactly the same. So may the best man win at the end of the day.
A lot of people have been saying they'd like to see your chin get tested. Do you think Dillian's maybe got a better chance of doing that than most of the others you've fought so far?
He probably hit me with a jab or 2, and then that will stop. Probably a right hand, and that will stop. Listen, I'm fine-tuned in the gym time and time again. Hit me with a jab, you've got to stop that. Hit me with a right hand. It's only when someone continuously hits you, but I would try my best to avoid that, and if I do get hit, I'll stop it and come back with counter-punching. And that was why I'd be led to be victorious.
There's so much on the line as far as this fight is concerned. Everybody's future, as well as the British title as well. This is a massive deal for you.
100%, and that's why, like, preparations have gone really well. You've got the likes of, Mr. Haye, Mr. Froch here, Mr. Buffer. You've got some real good people that want to come out and see a good fight, because there's so much on the line. And as you said, it's good. You've got good support, but just win or lose, whatever happens with Dillian, give him some respect, because he's put one on the line for a good night.
You mentioned Mr. Haye. I'm going to bring him in, actually. Dave, if you just come and have a quick word with AJ. I guess you've been impressed with what you've seen so far. What do you think of him?
Yeah, he does everything he needs to do to get the victories. He's in fantastic condition, former Olympic champion, and he's fighting undefeated fighters. And the last one he fought, he knocked him out pretty cleanly. This, for me, is going to show exactly where he is. If he can do the same type of performance as he's done, say, in his last fight, that then says, OK, he's one of the best heavyweights on the planet.
Given the way the division is at the moment, we've got the likes of Tyson Fury, who's just won world titles. We've got Derek Chisora, who's on the bill. We've got you coming back to action as well. Things are getting interesting in this division now. Yeah,
I'm back in this very arena in 5 weeks tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that, fighting Mark Demori. January 16th, and that's me getting back into it. And I've been out for 3.5 years now. So watching these young guys coming through, knocking people out, I'm sitting at home on the sofa thinking, I want to get involved in some of that. I've got to get back involved. So it all starts January 16th. I'm just hoping there's a great fight tomorrow night. I'm sure there is. Both guys are undefeated. Whenever you get 2 undefeated guys going at it, you're going to get fireworks and explosions, no matter how long it lasts. So I'm just fingers crossed and sit back and enjoy the show.
You say you want to get involved. Would you get involved with this guy?
Hopefully, I get through my fight, he gets through his fights. Without a doubt, our paths are going to cross, whether it's for a world title or an eliminator for a world title, no doubt. If he keeps doing what he's doing, there's no doubt that we will fight at some stage.
Anthony, how would you feel about that?
You heard it here first, you know. This is what it's about. But as he says, there's a fighting mentality. We've both got work to do beforehand, but sometime down the line, our paths will cross. Whatever it's for, you've got two great athletes.
Winning.
Exactly. So that's where you heard it first.
But at the moment, you're fully focused. You're ready to go. Dillian Whyte tomorrow night.
Yeah. And it's good. I've been training long and hard, and it comes to a stage in the camp where you're like, God, when is this fight? And we're here now, so I'm happy. I feel great.
We look forward to it. Gentlemen, thanks very much indeed for joining us. The fight is on. Handshake there between the Haymaker and, of course, the Olympic gold medalist. So that one could be one to look forward to in the future. But for the moment, he has some very important business to deal with. That is Dillian Whyte here tomorrow night. The heavyweights have weighed in. We're all set for what should be a massive, massive clash tomorrow night.
Very much looking forward to it. Fraser, thank you.
Right, let's get back to the O2 Arena where Fraser Dainton is with Dillian Whyte, who will compete in the biggest fight of his career. Fraser.
Yeah, it was a cracking atmosphere here at the Indigo at the O2 Arena as the two fighters came to the stage. A good couple of hundred fans or so getting very, very excited as the two fighters went head-to-head. Dillian, we are going to be live. Sorry if you overheard some bad language there. Sorry about that. You weighed in. You're happy. You're looking very, very calm, very confident.
Yeah, thanks. You know, I trained hard. I worked hard. All the hard work's done. The weighing's done. The press conference is done. So now I'm just relaxing, trying to re-energize my body and be refueled and ready to go tomorrow.
As far as the head-to-head was concerned, you worked out a nice little move there as Anthony went to look to you face-to-face and you turned your back.
His breath didn't smell particularly nice, so I just turned around, that's all.
Was that a pre-planned move?
No, I just didn't like the smell of his breath at the time, that's all.
Is that another factor, though? Do you think you have got under his skin a little bit this last week or so?
No, I'm not trying to get under his skin, man. I wasn't trying to get under his skin. I just stated a few facts, and that's all.
You have been supremely confident throughout this whole time. You've always had a smile on his face. What is it that makes you so confident you're going to beat this man? Because
I believe in myself. I believe in my ability. I've worked hard. The work I've been doing, it haven't been 8 weeks. I've been working hard my whole life since a child. So it's all and you know, all of this is going to take me to this fight and beyond this fight and to the rest of my career.
Do you believe that you belong there on the world stage?
Yeah, of course. I'm 16-0 now. Obviously, I'm probably a few fights off a world title fight, but you know, I mean, this is the top of British boxing, and I belong here. You know, I mean, I've worked my way up the ranks slowly. I fought the hard way. I fought in small shows. I fought for free. I fought for no money whatsoever. You know what I mean? And build my way up slowly. Just keep believing in myself and keep driving and keep saying to myself, "You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it." So, yeah, definitely.
It's been a different kind of a road for you, hasn't it? Because obviously Joshua has had the Olympic gold medal. He's had a lot of publicity, a lot of excitement surround him ever since. You've never had any of that kind of stuff, really, have you?
Yeah, listen, what he's had has been well deserved. He won an Olympic gold medal, he won the ABAs and stuff. So he signed with Matchroom. Matchroom is one of the biggest promotional company in Europe or whatever. So, you know, he's getting what he deserves. So for me, obviously, it's been hard. It's been trial and tribulations and all that sort of stuff, but that's life, that's how it goes. Sometimes in life as a man you have to just play the hand you've been dealt, and you know what I mean, I've played it so far and it got me to here, so now all I got to do is just win this game, and then that's it, then my hand will change automatically.
Do you believe because of that and the differences that you've had, this makes you a hungrier fighter than Anthony?
Listen, even if I never had these differences, I'll still be hungry, you know what I mean? You know, what's happened to me in boxing is nothing compared to what happened to me in life. So I'm a hungry man, you know what I mean? And I got little ones to feed, so, you know, they're hungry too, so I got to feed them.
So how exciting a show do you think you can promise us here at the O2 tomorrow night?
It'll be an exciting show. He's coming to fight, I'm coming to fight. He's got a lot to lose, I've got a lot to lose. Both men's got their whole and their pride to lose, and he's got all this sky and everything behind him to lose. Everybody's writing me off saying I won't go around 2 rounds. So he's got a lot. The nation put a lot of pressure on him, so he's got to stand up to it and prove it. And I got to prove everybody wrong. So it's going to be an exciting show.
Really no one's going to take a backward step.
Well, I'm sure in every fight everybody take a backward step. It's just when you choose to take a backward step and how you choose to take a backward step. Whether you've been forced to take one, or whether you decide to take one, it's a different story.
14 knockouts for you so far. Is he going to be number 15?
We'll see. Wait till tomorrow and we'll see. But whenever I'm in the ring, my mind is always to knock somebody out.
We wish you the best of luck. Dylan, thanks very much for joining us. Thanks for everything this week. Dylan Whyte, ready, raring to go. The two heavyweights have weighed in.
No, joking.
Thanks very much, Dylan. Dylan, ready, raring to go. The heavyweights have weighed in. All that needs to be done now is for the two of them to get into the ring itself and settle the differences between them. We'll find out who is the best heavyweight around at the moment, with so much more at stake in the future.
Fraser, thank you.